Hey everyone, I thought we would film a quick video with Armando Muñoz, who's writing the books that Stop the Killer. If you have My Bloody Valentine, which was the first, it started everything, or Silent Night, Deadly Night, which is crazy and I love it. It says right on the back, the book is shocking. If you have it, you know why. We just released Happy Birthday to Me, which has become a new favorite. Amazing, amazing. And he just wrote Basket Case, which I read and is crazy and mind blowing. And Armando, I don't know how you do it, but and that book drops in October. Now, you can order it in the campaign as an add-on to the Black Christmas campaign. If you do that, you won't get it until December. If you order it on the website, you'll get it in October. But we're here to talk about Black Christmas.
I feel this is the scariest film that I've novelized, and
Mhm.
in the book, it's going to go to some very scary places. If readers are half as disturbed as I have been writing it, I think we're going to have quite a scary book in the end. And Billy is a terrifying villain to spend time with.
The thing that we love that Armando is doing is he's expanding the worlds. In these books. Like for instance, if you go to right, it's the page right after the intro. It says 10 of the most bizarre murders you will ever read. You know, the poster said six. And so Armando adds new kills, new characters, subplots, you know, to that feel like they were actually in the movie. So when you're done reading the tie-in, you kind of watch the movie with all this other information in your mind. It's not tipping its hat, it's celebrating the source material. So anything you can share about what you're bringing to Black Christmas, I'm sure everyone would love to hear.
Yes, there are many mysteries within Black Christmas. I do not intend to answer every question or mystery within, because that's part of the pleasure and the
Oh,
unsettling
sure.
nature of Black Christmas is we don't often know motivation and moments. And so those are going to be there as well. But we are going to solve some mysteries, and we're going to get a distinct perspective on things which may not have been clear before. We will have some new characters. There will be
Love it.
perhaps an additional kill or two that will be very necessary for the way that this book is going to be told. And, I am basing it off of the original movie as well as the original screenplay, which is
Mhm.
over 160 pages long. It is this huge manuscript, and not everything made it to the screen. And it's a mix of handwriting and typed pages. It is quite a chaos
Wow.
to get through. But there are a lot of great moments within that script that I'm not even sure were filmed. But one moment that I really responded to, which we will get to see play out in full this time, will include that audience, that beloved audience favorite, Mrs. Mack.
Mrs. Mack is awesome.
And she's going to give us a full song and dance burlesque number in the book.
Of course she is.
Drunkenly, as we would expect her to.
Oh, she was such a fun character. And Bob Clark, he added that. I mean, he still made this creepy, insanely sinister movie, and yet he was able to introduce Mrs. Mack into that group. And, just like you did with Grandpa. I mean, he's so funny in your Silent Night, Deadly Night book. I mean, he's hilarious. If you've read this book, you know what I'm talking about. But then you scare us half to death with Mother Superior, and I mean, so yeah, you are the right person to be writing these books, Armando, and we are so grateful to have you um, working on Black Christmas.
This
Yeah.
is a woman's story, and it should be told from the woman's perspective.
Mm,
This film was, I think, pretty landmark and groundbreaking for its time and the feminist issues that it discussed so openly and honestly. And now, 50 years later, we celebrate this anniversary. It's an utterly terrifying time right now for anyone who is concerned for the rights of all women.
yeah.
But, we have a story that concerns young women. And so this is a story that needs to be retold
Mm,
with the more sharpened perspective of what
yeah.
women are fighting for. And it should be told through their eyes and their voice.
Yeah,
and to have a chance to tell the stories of Jess and Barb and Phil and Claire and Mrs. Mack, this is their story.
absolutely.
And to deal with all these issues through them, it's such an incredible experience. And I can't wait for people to hear these women speak up in this book and what we have in store. Black Christmas could not be more timely, and we're going to experience it all over again during a very, very important and volatile time.
I think that's great. I think it's awesome. You had mentioned to me recently that you figured out the location of the original movie. I always thought the movie took place in Canada, just because I think of Black Christmas as a Canadian film. I always think, and the house, it just everything about it screams Canada. And I'm a huge fan of this movie, so I was shocked when you told me that you figured out exactly where it takes place.
I believe I have, and it's kind of a mystery, and it took some
Yeah,
research and uncovering where does Black Christmas take place. In my mind, it has a very Canadian atmosphere.
yeah,
It was a Canadian produced film, filmed in Canada, and yet, the lead actors were Americans who were brought in perhaps to boost that market value. And it where I settled on is actually where Bob Clark settled on this. And it's not very specific throughout the film or even the original screenplay,
yeah. It's
which
very
this
cryptic. Like
book
it's
is,
there. That's the thing that you told me is like it's there, but it's cryptic. It's not like you see a big sign that says Haddonfield, or something like that.
yes,
It is
but we
there.
do have police cars with
Right.
Bedford on them. And Bedford apparently was inspired by Bedford Falls, New York, which is the fictional town from It's a Wonderful Life. And so Bob Clark was taking his location kind of as oddly enough, another kind of fun, snide swipe at Christmas mythology and what we know in film culture. It's a Wonderful Life being one of the great
Yeah.
all-time classic movies and Christmas movies. And so to put Black Christmas within that actual location seemed absolutely right. It's another, it's a
Oh yeah.
chilly East Coast location during the winter.
Yeah.
So we're going to feel that chill and we're going to get that same atmosphere. It's a very atmospheric film. I cherish this opportunity, and it's going to be an incredibly atmospheric book.
Hope you enjoyed this little preview of Black Christmas with Armando, and please pick it up. I mean, it's in the different pledge levels, but you can add extra books if you want. And again, they become collector's items so fast. We sell out. We don't have Silent Night, Deadly Night, Happy Birthday to Me, My Bloody Valentine. We just don't have copies anymore. And so if you want it, make sure you reserve it. It's the only place you're going to get it. So, all right. Thanks, Armando.
Thank you.